Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So the internet was on and popping about some hot mess that DDG and Halle Bailey were involved in. There's no surprise there. Yes, I said it. So just recently, Halle got onto the internet and was retelling her experience, her negative experience that she had at a Russian nail salon. I don't even know why she went to that salon to begin with, and we'll talk about that more later. But basically, she had this video, and I'm not about to play the video because she took entirely too long to get to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of what actually went down. So I'm going to give you a really quick summary. So basically, she was returning to a Russian salon that she alleged she had been going to for quite some time now, a few weeks, as she said. She had told them ahead of time her and her sister were going to be going there, that her sister was going to be a few minutes late. According to her, they said, okay, that's fine. 15-20 minutes, that's okay. But after she had already started getting whatever she had done taken down to prepare for the next thing to get done, they were getting antsy. They were saying, oh, how long is it going to take? How long? And she had told them, I already told you guys, that she was going to be running late. She said she's 10 minutes, 9 minutes out. Allegedly, according to Halle, they were getting very disrespectful, very rude. Apparently, she had got into it with one of the women. She was still getting her nails done, and she said, you know what, forget about it. We're just going to leave. Thank you anyways. And she walked out of the salon. Now, that was what she said. Now, her boyfriend, and we're going to talk about him later as well, got onto the internet for whatever reason. I guess, once again, we're just going to know him as the immature boyfriend, and decided to tell his followers and his fans to leave this place 1-star reviews and that they don't deserve business because of what they allegedly did to his girlfriend. He also alleged that they kicked her out of the salon and that they were racist towards black people. Now, these people tried to fire back by saying, we didn't kick her out, she left, and her sister was 35 minutes late. And so a lot of people were going back and forward, kind of like, okay, so were they trying to exercise their privilege as celebrities and be like, well, we showed up and we have money and, you know, we're XYZ, so you should like serve us anyways? Or was it right for her to go ahead and cancel the appointment because she was late, even though her sister told them, hey, she's going to be running late, and y'all already said that that was okay? So there was a lot of going back and forward with that. And I do understand that, you know, these establishments, they are professional businesses. They have to conduct themselves that way. They can't make free passes for everybody. And if they have established a policy of if you show up late, then you have to pay a certain amount of money, wait a little bit longer because you showed up late and maybe somebody came, you know, whenever you were supposed to come, or completely reschedule your appointment, you got to keep that in mind before you go to them. Because the first thing they're going to tell you, it doesn't matter what happened. Your dog got kidnapped, your cat got ran over, your grandma kicked the bucket. They really don't care. They just care about your money. That's it. So you go up there talking about XYZ happened, you'll never understand what I had to go through. I had to run through a den of lines to get here and almost didn't make it. They don't care. All they're seeing is that you showed up late and they don't care. Okay, slap you with that late fee. And I don't always think that it's right, but if that's how they conduct their business and that's their policy, and you knew that beforehand, then you kind of got to take that L. I'm sorry. Now, at the same time, we know that these are celebrities. They have very busy schedules. Sometimes they can't always make it from point A to point B within a timely fashion the way they want to because there's traffic. There are things that come up. Sometimes stuff happens, but where I'm giving the salon the side eye is if you told this young woman that it was okay for her sister to be 15 to 20 minutes late, then like, what is the issue? And I get it. She said that she was like 35 minutes late. Okay, we'll charge her the late fee if that's what you have to do, but still allow her to get her nails done because, like, again, like, quite frankly, quite obviously, all they're worried about is the money. There could have been more money in their pockets. And, you know, Halle claimed that there was really nobody in the salon, so it's not like they were really waiting, even though they claimed that they were really booked back to back, you know. But like I said, I'm giving the salon the side eye a little bit for that. And I get it. Y'all were mad because she was late. And once again, if you cancel the appointment, that's what you do because of the policy. But don't take it out on her sister. Like I said, this is all according to what she said. I don't think it was right for them to treat her a certain kind of way because her sister showed up late or, you know, wasn't able to make it whenever she said that she was going to be able to make it. And Halle even said that she got there earlier than her appointment. And she said that she was going to do that. I do believe that she tried to get in front of the situation, before it kind of blew up. But like I said, sometimes these things happen. Now, what made the situation blow up even further was DDG's actions. And what really kind of confuses me and disturbs me very deeply is whenever people were trying to point out that this dude had serious issues, that he was very immature, that he didn't realize like his actions, like you can't do certain things. Well, certain things, period, shouldn't be done. But as a celebrity, like I said, he's a very immature young man. But, people were basically trying to chalk it up. Oh, y'all are just hating on him. Y'all are just haters. No, we're smart enough to see past the surface level or not be so starstruck worshiping the dude that we can actually see that, like I said, he's immature. I don't understand how many more things he has to keep doing to show some people that he's an immature person. But like I said, this didn't come as a shock to some of us because we see him for the immature individual that he is. And it was very much immature and actually quite wrong for him to get on his social media account and essentially sick his followers on that salon. Now, if they were being racist, allegedly, like she claimed that they were being, and I have to say allegedly, we all know why, then just get on the internet and, of course, tell your experience. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have said that they were treating her a certain kind of way and she felt like there was a racial motivation behind it. But once again, to tell people to basically essentially sink their business because of XYZ, and he wasn't even there to see the entire situation unfold. Like, I get that, I guess he was trying to help, but at the same time, he really did more damage to himself even so than any good that he could have done, because those people low-key could probably sue him and say, oh, well, you went out and told your followers to disrespect our business and that our business was this and that. You ain't even been here before. You weren't there when this happened. You told them to leave bad reviews. Like, low-key, that could be considered defamation. So he did, like I said, more damage to himself than anything else. Once again, I'm going to compare this to the Keith Lee situation. Yes, I took it right back there, because when we had a very respectable, very smart, very humble, very godly young black man who was using his celebrity status to do the right thing and hold people accountable for what they were doing business-wise, and he did it in the right way, people really drug him forward. But now we see the negative backlash that you get when you do it the raggedy way, the immature way, the wrong way, which is, like I said, sicking your followers on a whole business because they treated somebody poorly, which you shouldn't do. Like I said, tell your experience, of course. People need to know, but there are certain boundaries that you cannot cross even if they're guilty of what you are alleging, accusing them of. Because once again, there can be legal actions that can be taken, or you can get backlash from the media. And this especially looks goofy on him from where he is coming from, because remember, this was the same dude. Yeah, and I'm going to be petty and bring this up as well, and it's on the screen for your convenience and consideration. This was the same dude that not too long ago made it seem like he didn't even believe that racism was a thing. So not only is there proof, because even though he allegedly deleted the original post, there are people who are petty on the internet, pettier than myself. They have taken pictures and screenshots of what you said. News networks and outlets, media outlets have recounted what you said into their posts, into their articles. So the whole world knows, despite what you tried to delete. And they also know, allegedly, that he congratulated his followers for what they did. So not only can that be held against you, they could also try to file a lawsuit for defamation, like we said before, and remind everybody that this was the same dude, once again, who tried to make it seem like racism was no longer a thing. That racism kicked the bucket after Martin Luther King Jr. And I thought that that was the stupidest thing, next to the stupidest thing that could have came out of anybody's mouth for that. It's like, tell me you are a very detached from reality, detached from the situation of the average black person without telling me. Tell me you are a celebrity that is about as out of touch with reality, the reality of the average black person who goes through racism actually quite often, without telling me. Like, that's almost as bad as when Ice Spice set up and tried to act like colorism was no longer a thing, that it was some kind of myth of the past that people kept bringing up and that she was bothered by it. Like, these Gen Z people, they really throw me for a loop. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. And then on top of that, he had the audacity to try to backtrack after everybody drug him and made him seem as stupid as what he said was. He had the audacity to try and backtrack and say that he was the valedictorian of whatever high school he graduated from, and that he knew that racism was still a thing. He was just over-exaggerating. No, sir, what you were doing was trying to save face after everybody drugged you for the goofy mess that you said so you would feel and look less stupid for saying it. And you being the valedictorian of a school that nobody has heard of or that most people haven't heard of means absolutely nothing to anybody, because if the IQ and the GPA of the average student was in the trash, you being the valedictorian, like I said, that's nothing. That amounts to nothing. Point period blank. And also, this is the same guy that minimalized what his own girlfriend was going through during that time where she was getting all that racial backlash for being a black woman playing the Little Mermaid and the first ever live action Little Mermaid. Trying to make it seem like they were just mad at the character, the Black Little Mermaid, and not mad at her and whoever's decision it was to make her the first live action Little Mermaid because she was black, when there were people openly displaying their discontent and their racial bias against her playing the Little Mermaid as a black woman. Now, why did I go through all of that, you might ask? Once again, to show how ridiculous and immature this dude is, and to also point out that his credibility is now in the trash because of those immature actions. That whole list, this chain of immaturity that he's been displaying in front of everybody. And also because she told the story one way and then he told the story almost a completely different way. She said she got up and left because she felt like she was being disrespected, and then he said that she got kicked out, which makes one of them, mostly him, look like a liar. Now everybody's looking at him sideways, questioning whether or not if it was the salon and the salon owner's fault or their fault for escalating the situation, because he probably just did this out of complete retaliation because of how she was feeling. And once again, she had the audacity to come out and say, okay, y'all are like doing too much. It was just me telling my experience. It was just over some nails. But once again, her boyfriend, she needs to direct that towards her boyfriend, because her boyfriend was the one who escalated the situation by doing what he did. And because he did that, like I said, now everybody's giving him the side eye and her too, and we can't even focus on the real problem, which is, was there actually something racial going on? And that's what I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video when I said, first of all, I don't even know why she went down there. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be racist. Although as a black woman, you've got to know, you've got to understand, especially as an adult, I don't care how much money you have, how rich and famous you are, there are some places you cannot go because they do not like you, they do not care about you. They like money, but they don't like black skin enough to respect you even if you're paying them your hard-earned money. There were some people, which I thought was very messed up, but we've got to see, once again, where there's smoke, there's fire, and we got to pay attention to how our world is, despite how despicable it can be and the people in it. There were some people trying to justify this alleged racism from the owner by saying, well, y'all should have knew that most Russian people were racist anyway, so why did you go in there? Which, like I said, I thought that was heinous. I thought that was messed up to say. But once again, we can't get so beside ourselves that we forget that we are living in a world that does not like us, that is racist, that is biased. Places that we go might not want us, even if we're paying, and we're paying with good money despite who we are. We can't ever get beside ourselves and think otherwise. And once again, this is another moment where we can acknowledge that we need to support our own businesses, build up our own businesses, and patronize our own businesses. Now, yes, it is the truth that even black businesses will treat black people raggedy too. And once again, I have two words to confirm and prove that. Keith Lee. Although what I said still stands. Although anyways, so someone on Twitter made a short video where they basically added a bunch of reviews allegedly from this same nail salon that had actually been posted allegedly before this incident, where there were people making complaints and putting out their experiences that were very similar to Halle's. They paralleled Halle's. They were talking about the same thing. But I'm going to let you guys look at this very short video real fast. And if you need to pause it in between so you can read these very lengthy reviews, please do so. Now, I've said this 1,000 times, where there's smoke, there's fire. Not everybody is lying. And I'm giving the store owner, the salon owner, a real side eye at the fact that she felt the need to go back and forth with dang near every Yelp review in that video. Like, I get it, sometimes there are some people that are raggedy customers that will leave trifling reviews that are not the truth, and sometimes people will feel compelled or triggered to be like, stop lying on our business, this is not fair. But at the same time, like I said, not everybody is lying. And when all of the Yelp reviews or the stories, the experiences that these women are telling are all sounding very similar, like there is even one, if you actually read it, that said that allegedly the woman was like, oh, you people XYZ, and she was like, oh, well, first of all, what are you talking about, you people? So when all of the stories are aligning, like, that's suspicious. I'm just saying. But once again, the window of opportunity to call attention to that and to really talk about it and investigate it was set ablaze, was broken, was cemented over, whatever analogy you want to use, because once again, the immature way he went about reacting to the situation, which made the both of them look goofy and made it more about, oh, these celebrities feel like they can just do whatever they want to. They're entitled to just do whatever, and people just have to accommodate them even when they break the rules, instead of what it should have actually been about. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed and safe day.